Welcome to Trinfinity8. If you have been drawn to this video, you may be like me, a forever student in this wonderful journey called life. Having studied vibrational frequencies from various sources for many years, and in particular how it affects our health and everyday lives, when I came across this technology called Trinfinity8, I researched its potential and I used it myself. I knew there was something I wanted to share with others. I'm Sarah Appelt, owner of the Clarity Crystal Bar, and I'd like to introduce to you this technology that has great potential for enhancing your life and well-being. It did for me. Let me ask you a question. Are you in a time where you would like to experience increased awareness, attain a state of self-balance, and work towards restoring vitality in your life? Well, if your answer is yes, this is the place to be. In the emerging science of algorithmic technology, Trinfinity8 represents a new quantum shift for rejuvenation and health. This unique therapy provided is aimed at stress reduction. This is one of our most important issues in our daily lives. Stress leads to dis-ease in our bodies. Therapies provided with the Trinfinity8 can have exponential benefits. The Tri in Trinfinity is composed of 3 delivery systems: touch, sight, and sound. These 3 components are delivered using fractals and frequencies. Let's make this simple. To really understand how Trinfinity8 works, we must take a look at the quantum science that surrounds it. An algorithm, simply put, is a set of rules to be followed in calculations or other problem-solving operations, especially by a computer. A quantum means the smallest possible unit of anything. Quantum science is the study of these small particles and their applications. In other words, we know that all matter is made of atoms, but what is the smallest component of an atom? How does it react when a stimulus is applied to it? A stimulus is an event that evokes a specific functional reaction in an organ or a tissue. It rouses activity or energy in someone or something using a vibrational frequency. So what is a frequency? A frequency is how often a thing or an event repeats itself over a set amount of time. Frequencies are all around and in us. They fly through the air using cell towers and actually live inside every part of our body. Simply put, a frequency carries information. Think about it this way. Say you love country music and you know that 104.7 plays the best country music in the city. You go to your dad's old radio and start tuning the dial to 104.7. What happens if you're not exactly tuned in on that station? It sounds awful. You hear static and possibly another station at the same time. This is because you haven't tuned into the exact frequency that station is meant to be played at. The same thing happens within your body. Your energy centers and organs have specific frequencies. To function properly, they need to be tuned to their specific frequency. Did you know our emotions carry frequencies? One of the most popular examples of how this works is Dr. Emoto's experiments with frozen water. Emoto took water droplets and exposed half of them to words of love and comfort. The other half had words of hate and fear spoken to them. When the water was frozen, the results were amazing. The water responded to the different frequencies. The ones which had words of love and comfort spoken to them formed beautiful crystal patterns. The ones exposed to words of hate and fear had chaotic dark crystals form. This showed words, emotions, and thoughts carry frequencies and affected the water in very different ways. Since our bodies are composed of 60 to 75% water, what do you think happens within us? Frequencies flow through the energy centers, or chakras, of our body. These chakras correspond with the nervous system, major organs, and areas of our body that affect our emotional and physical well-being. We can even influence the world around us by our frequency. Have you ever walked into a room where 2 people have just had an argument? Often you can literally feel the tension in the room. Or have you ever had the feeling that someone is watching you? These aren't just coincidences. These are frequencies or energy in the air that are telling your nervous system that something is wrong or you need to be aware. Now let's talk about fractals for a moment. A fractal is a never-ending pattern that repeats itself at different scales. Although fractals are very complex, they are made by repeating a very simple process. Fractals can be found all around us, within our bodies, in nature, and in math. Natural fractals include branching patterns in river networks, blood vessels, and lightning bolts, or spiral patterns in seashells, hurricanes, and galaxies. Formed by a natural simple repetition, the simplicity leads to complexity. A fractal tells the story of the process that created it. For example, a tree grows by repetitively growing branches. The nautilus seashell repeats its pattern in a spiral, and the human body has many fractal patterns within it. Here's how Trinfinity8 works. Trinfinity8's unique technology allows for streams of coded data to be transmitted through a computer's USB port. A digital translator device then sends information in the form of frequencies to the body via specially designed handheld quartz crystal transmitter rods. These Lemurian crystals have been carefully lab-grown for clarity and perfection. As you hold the transmitter rods and listen to the solfeggio harmonics, enchanting and fractal graphics play across your monitor. These state-of-the-art fractal animations evolve out of patterns in sacred geometry, which is the underlying mathematical order of our body's DNA. These building blocks are recognized by your brain as constructive, life-enhancing energies. The Trinfinity8 fractal animations work synergistically with the algorithmic codes which your body is receiving through the Lemurian crystal transmitting rods. The fractals help set up a coherent energy field that amplifies whatever information it is coupled with. This allows the algorithmic codes to come through to the person even stronger. Results may vary depending on the individual and frequency of use. Sessions of 30 to 60 minutes twice weekly is ideal, and the results can be outstanding. Thank you for taking the time to learn about Trinfinity8. If you want more information, and to have a greater understanding of how the energy of our bodies can be aligned with the frequencies that may enhance your well-being, I'll meet you back in part 2. To schedule a free consultation or relaxing session that suits your personality and needs, go to claritycrystalbar.ca. Click on the Clarity Learning Center drop-down menu where you will find Trinfinity8. Trust in the intuition that led you to Trinfinity8. We are here to help in whatever way we can.